Hong Kong police raid office of pro-democracy camp primary election co-organisers and seize PCs at night before election.
Here's a summary of the article.
Hong Kong police have reportedly raided the Public Opinion Research Institute office in Wong Chuk Hang. The polling organisation is a co-organiser of this weekend's primary legislative election for the pro-democracy camp. Officers entered the premises on Friday evening and took away PCs, according to Stand News. The primaries are intended to select pro-democracy candidates to run in September's legislative election. They were organised by law professor Benny Tai, ex-lawmaker Oh Nok Hin, the Hong Kong Public Opinion Research Institute and political group Power for Democracy. On Thursday, Hong Kong's Constitutional Affairs Minister warned that the upcoming primary election may violate the new Beijing-imposed national security law. Those who have organised, planned or participated in the primary election should be wary and avoid carelessly violating the law, Eric Sang said.
This post received a score of 56,000, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
In short, the citizen of Hong Kong tried to hold a pre-election to decide who are the candidates for joining the election, but the Hong Kong police just raid and robbed the computer in attempt to stop the pre-election.
Not to stop it, to get the information themselves. Knowing the popular people who would win the election is more important than stopping the election. Edit, what else is on those computers?
Pori said no information or resources concerning the upcoming primary election is in these computers. There is no need to be intimidated by Hong Kong police's dirty tricks.
At the very least you have viewing habits, interests, password structure, etc. of people in the administration of the party. China is doing DNA swabs of people in Hong Kong, they want all the details they can get.
CCP so fucking evil. They've had 70 to 80 years of practice.
Let us not forget, the CCP are the ones who crushed the remains of dead protesters and hosed them down the drain.
They'd do it again in HD.
I think it's more accurate they'll do it behind closed doors and someone with a camera will leak the footage.
They can't do something like Tiananmen without people seeing it. Cell phones make concealing that impossible.
The government claimed a primary election of the territory's legislation council, i.e. parliament, constitute a violation of national security and may lead to life imprisonment.
Trying to intimidate would-be voters into staying home. HK government rules by thuggery, fear and violence.
Government could not rule by force. Totalitarian governments rule by fear.
Fear of what? I don't think it's the fear of a warm cup of milk.
I think they're trying to point out that governments don't usually actually have the force required to suppress their people, like there's a lot more people than cops or military, so they rely on the threat and fear of force instead. Which is pretty similar in practice, but the fact that they're not the same is what makes revolutions possible.
The military could absolutely take over the people, in pretty much any country. 100 years ago, maybe not, but with the weapons and tech militaries have now, the people stand zero chance. Even with the Second Amendment, if the US wanted the military to take over in the States, it'd be no issue. Do people not realize I'm obviously speaking in a hypothetical, extreme situation? Of course the military wouldn't go along with destroying the country and civilians, and of course infrastructure and land would be destroyed, and the economy would be gone.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.